Hello, this is Gunshine. This is a review and rating of BioShock Infinity. Enjoy. What's up, y'all? This is Gunshine. Hope you guys are enjoying Gears of War Judgment. And you're definitely going to be enjoying this game, which is BioShock Infinity. This is the review and rating. I do want to talk about the game, but I do not want to talk too much about the storyline or anything like that. I kind of want to keep you guessing what's really going on with the world of BioShock. I would say that this is the third installment of BioShock, but it's not the continuation of the storyline, okay? So if you're getting on here and thinking what's going to happen, it's going to be a whole totally different storyline than the previous BioShock games, but it features similar gameplay concepts and themes. So, just get that in your head and get ready for that. It's set in 1912 during the growth of American Revolution. I mean, not the American Revolution. Well, kind of American Revolution, but it's basically it's getting to the point where I would say it's because I'm trying to put it to the point where you guys understand it, because they're kind of basing it off of real life events. Let's just say Colombia is America, because the world that you see now they live in the sky and they have a skyline rails that you can be able to glide on and everything. They have a whole new world, and it's in the sky and all that, and it's called Colombia. Basically, the Colombia is like America. They have the founding fathers, and they have this guy. I'm not even gonna go too much into it or anything like that, but basically, that's where it's left off as a storyline point of view. So it has a lot of like historic events that are put into the storyline and kind of switched around, and I would say manipulated to make their own original storyline, which is pretty cool and pretty great concept. If you think about actual history, there's a lot of things that are, I would say, cover-ups, or it just was told from a different story point of view. But yeah, that's one thing. The game was developed by Rational Games and 2K Marin. And 2K Marin and Rational Games, it comes from Arcane Studios. Arcane Studios are responsible for making Dishonored the game. So I have been talking about Dishonored the game for a long time. So make sure to check that game out. Besides that, BioShock is the game to go +2. It's probably gonna be the second highest game rating I gave besides Dishonored in my ever career of doing review ratings. So this got a very high score, just like Dishonored did. It's made by the same developers. Different people. Some different people at the same time. It's kind of the same people that worked on Dishonored with this game too. And just a fun fact to lay out there, that there was 18 babies born during the game of development of this game, BioShock Infinity, which is amazing. So shout out to all the newborns and all that. Hopefully they're going to be awesome game developers in the future and awesome storyline tellers and all that good stuff. But yeah, the game is awesome. I gotta say, the music fit the story beautifully. The gameplay beautifully. It really felt right around that time. What was going on around that time. It's based around 1912 and all that. So there's a lot of music and stuff like that, and they have the right elements to make it feel like that right time. It was composed by Gary Skimming, if I said his name right, Scheming or Skyman, and Gary was the composer of it, so he did an excellent job. And the engine that was used for this was Unreal Engine 3. So as you can tell, the graphics are similar to that, also to the Dishonored and all that. Now, Unreal Engine 3, there's Unreal Engine 3.5 that Gears of War Judgment is responsible for, and it's awesome looking graphics. So the graphics are excellent. I mean, they have their own way of making graphics that actually points out something that they did good in the game. Now, the publishers are 2K Games, and 2K Games are responsible for publishing a lot of good games. So they're actually selling and stuff. So they're doing excellent. The BioShock Infinity, I gotta say, is a well-rounded game. It's beautiful storyline, the gameplay, the graphics. The audio. I have Turtle Beaches, like I said, so I can hear all the audio, and the audio is pretty good. Everything matches up. So it got good scores all across the board. That's definitely one thing they did well. This game is actually excellent. I gotta say, this is one of the top games of the year. Definitely going to be. They have been taking a long time on the game, so of course it's going to be a pretty good game. Now, here's another interesting fact. The script in BioShock Infinity has almost 20,000 more words than the average novel. Now that's pretty big. That's like it's just like saying that it's only a novel is only 1/4 of the BioShock's script play. Now, what I like about the script in BioShock, they have a lot of things that, just like in Dishonored, I'm sorry to talk about Dishonored a lot, but Dishonored is a very good game, and BioShock is just right up there with it. Actually, I would say Dishonored is right up there with BioShock. Now, I can tell that BioShock, they had like a plan. When I say BioShock, I really mean the developers of the game. They really had a plan. That's the reason why I think they came out with Dishonored It was just a little, I want to say it was like a experiment, but they came out with that game experimenting with the elements that they have originally. Because if you look at it, if you actually play the game, this BioShock or Dishonored, you see the same elements. They work those elements very well to make a great game and make a very good understanding of the game. That's what I really like about these type of games. I guess that's the reason why they get very good scores all across the board. Now, that's enough of rambling about the game. Let me talk about the gunplay action. The gunplay action is amazing. I would say they should have way more guns. Not saying that there's little guns, but they should have a little bit more guns. The powers that you get to have are awesome. You know, it's really amazing what they get to do in the game. Some of the powers, it really reminds me of Dishonored. These games go hand in hand, I'm telling you. So if you like this game, go check out Dishonored. Dishonored did win Best Game of the Year, which is not, I would say it does not have a lot of publicity or anything like that. So Dishonored is a big sleeper, unlike BioShock. BioShock is very mainstream, so it's definitely going to go big. And not saying that it shouldn't be mainstream, which is definitely should be mainstream. Now, this is a review and rating. If you want to hear my final score that I gave to BioShock, I gave it a 10 out of 10. That's the best score I ever gave in my life. Besides Dishonored, I gave it a 9.8. There's a couple of games I did get 9 and over, like Halo 4, Gears of War Judgment. But BioShock really stood out there. Only reason why Dishonored didn't get as much as BioShock, I think, was more heavily earned. You know, they worked on this game for a very long time, I gotta say. It's ridiculous how long they was working for on this game. But they wanted to perfect it, and that's what I give respect for, too. I hope you enjoyed the review and rating of this game. I did ramble more about the game than actually tell you more facts about the game. The storyline is excellent, like I said. Please subscribe. Please comment on what you think about the video game, what you think about my review and rating, how I did on it. Please like the video because that will help get the video out there more. The more you like it, the more it gets spread out there. Please favorite. Please like me on Facebook. I do have a lot of updates on Facebook, and the more likes I get on Facebook, the more I'll update it more. So, you know, just show your support. I hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I did. Please subscribe. Like I said, this is Gunshine. I'm signing out. See you later. Bye.